Hey folks, this is Manuel from Steadybit. In this video, we want to cover how you can create an experiment from scratch, which is perfect whenever you have something in your mind that you want to test in your system. For instance, based on a past incident that happened to your systems and you want to check that you are safe now. To do so, you can just create a new experiment directly from the dashboard or jump over into the experiment section of Steadybit and create a new experiment from scratch. Now you are in our experiment editor, which is a timeline-based editor, so everything will eventually flow from left to right, and all the different chaos engineering attacks, checks, load test, and observability integrations are at your left-hand side, and you can simply use them via drag and drop to create an experiment that is matching, for instance, your past incident. Now, let's say I want to validate what's happening to an endpoint whenever one critical downstream dependency is not available. For that, I can simply use the container block traffic attack, drag and drop it to the right-hand side, and now I need to specify which container I want to block the traffic so that no incoming or outgoing network communication is going through. Now I can simply use Steadybit's discovery data to describe the exact target I want to attack in here. I can also make it pretty easy by using one of the prefill queries and specify the Kubernetes cluster name, the namespace of the Kubernetes deployment, and the actual deployment as well. I can easily validate how many containers will be affected, and I can also see additional data, like for instance, availability zone information. Now, also good practice when using Steadybit is to describe your intention of this step, for instance, using the Gerding style, like when downstream service of gateway is not available. Now, what we can also do in Steadybit is not only attacking your system, but also validating the system status. And for that, we have different kind of checks. And one good candidate for our application is to validate a user visible endpoint by using the HTTP check, specifying the URL, even internal ones. And maybe we want to check it by 10 requests per second for an overall duration of 120 seconds. And again, we can describe our intention over here. Here we go. Now we can also add a little bit of a wait step in the beginning so that we first see everything in normal conditions for maybe 20 seconds and then attack the system by blocking the traffic to a downstream application. Also, we have some good candidates to understand what's happening in your Kubernetes cluster, like for instance, the event log action, which allow you to specify a Kubernetes cluster name and then see all the Kubernetes events that are happening in your cluster, as well as visibility into your pod count matrix to see which kind of deployments have the deviating number of pods running in your cluster. That's it. That's my first experiment I've created from scratch. In order to run it, I need to save it. I give it a name. Here we go. Now you can see the experiment is belonging to the ADM team, which you can see in the prefix in here. This is the administrator team, which is the default team in Steadybit. And also because it's my first experiment, it has the number 1 in my system. Now in one of the next videos, we will run an experiment to simply see everything in action and see how Steadybit works. Thanks for watching and take care.